And we're going. Ba 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 da ba 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 da.
As you can tell, we have no budget to make music, so there's Neil with.
I would absolutely have an a cappella jazz band do that every episode.
We got it.
Mm-hmm. We'll hire them. We'll get them on Fiverr.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Sean Skillian.
And I'm Neil Thompson.
Oh. Well, and I'm Emily Beathon. I thought we were doing a whole
do you want to restart that again?
Oh, sorry, I'm being an asshole.
You're not being an asshole. You're just being difficult to work with, Neil. Okay.
Neil, you're fired. I mean, maybe not.
Well, yeah, sorry. You can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so welcome to what's it called? Film Digestive.
Yes.
Film Digestive. I got the name right.
Episode 2.
Yeah. Welcome to Film Digestive. I'm Sean Skillian.
I'm Emily Beathon.
And I'm Neil Thompson.
And we are Untitled Chapter doing our second podcast. And
we promise not to go for too long this time.
And I'm here this time.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean, like I am an hour late. So I am also fired.
Yeah, listen, there was no time limit. You're fine. You're doing all right. At least it wasn't like 5 o'clock, and we'd probably have a serious problem.
I mean, like before we get started on the subjects and stuff. I mean that weather.
Yeah,
it's really insane. When I was leaving my flat, there was like a big gust of wind, and it was snowing at the time, and it was like, ah!
Yeah, like storms.
Can we swear in this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
you're right. Okay, I was like, fuck!
I kind of censored it last time, but
I don't think you need to censor it. I think the film crowd, they know we're adults.
Are you familiar with COPPA?
Oh no, COPPA, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
whole thing where it's like.
When you're getting started and stuff, the whole like demonetized. Is it like about getting demonetized and stuff?
I mean, yeah, it's essentially to like shield the unadulterated eyes of children from the filth of the world.
Well, guess what? They're not going to be using their eyes. They're going to be using their ears.
Well, so I figured the only way to beat that is to be the most adulterated thing ever.
Yeah. No.
We managed to create a loophole, ladies and gentlemen. A loophole.
Hey.
Yeah, because like there's that new rule where it's like either your thing is for kids or it's for adults. Which makes for quite restrictive programming on YouTube.
Yeah, it's because the rules are so vaguely written. Like, there's one YouTuber that I watch called Barnaby Dixon. He does like puppetry, but because it looks like a toy, people just like toy channel.
Oh,
yeah,
like
exactly.
They'll put like all the ElsaGate stuff, and then just next thing you know, we'll get ElsaGate 2.0 puppetry nonsense.
Well, it's also like I know this is very stupid, but I didn't grow up with YouTube Kids, so I don't really like the stuff I grew up with was quite edgy on the internet.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say it wasn't for kids.
Raise your hand if you were born before Google was a thing.
Well, were we born before Google was a thing?
You were.
Was I?
Because I was.
Oh,
and you're
okay.
older.
All right.
I am
For those...
19, so I don't think so.
Like 1998 or something like that.
No, 2000.
She's what would you call it? Not a millennial.
I'm a Zoomer.
She's a Zoomer.
I'm from Gen Z. I'm a Zoomer.
No,
So wait.
You're Gen Z as well.
But we are older than Google. We are old bastards.
You're older than Google. It's interesting because I'd say that the people like further along the line of Gen Z, even from me, like I wouldn't really associate my generation with that, but I don't think you'd associate your generation with my generation either.
Yeah.
But it's like we're all part of the same generation. It's kind of strange.
Yeah, it's cool. It's all groovy. We're all in the same basket. Just having a good old time. Anyway, speaking of a good old time, let's talk about what we saw this week.
Yeah, let's get to the stuff we actually came here to talk about.
Yeah, so who wants to go first?
Well, we could just go around, like we could start off with the TV shows we've been watching this week.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I think we've all, did we all watch Bojack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All up to date with that.
Yeah, I'm up to date with it as well.
I was actually just going to ask, but here's the important question. Did any of us finish Bojack?
Yes.
Yeah, I finished Bojack.
Aces, that's great. Sorry for the clicking. I like to click a lot. Anyway, so, Bojack, what are your thoughts on the final season and the show overall?
I'll start, I guess. I like for the show overall, I've also been rewatching it after finishing it, and I've got to say I am like very proud of where how far the show has come.
Uh-huh.
Like the first season, I rewatched it, and it is basically just a comedy cartoon. But now I think because the fan base and because it's just very good writing has really latched on to the more emotional side of the show became a lot bigger and a lot more important than what it just is, you know?
Yeah.
I'd say as well, BoJack is a show that has changed my life because it has inspired me to get help with my own issues. Because when you look at someone like BoJack in the show, you're like, you know, when he's constantly falling into the same pitfalls, you don't feel like, oh, that's really funny. You just find it actually kind of pathetic in a way.
Yeah,
and it's interesting. But
it was in the earlier seasons where when he did crappy stuff, I felt zero sympathy for him. It's as you get to figure out season by season how damaged he is that you start to feel sympathy for him.
Exactly. I think that at the same time I'd also say that like it isn't it's BoJack is the main character, but I will say that the entire cast of characters in the show just make the world feel very lived in and brilliant. And I'd say characters like Diane, Princess Carolyn are like some of the best to come out of television. They're very well written and very complicated characters. They're not one note at all. The show never falls into flanderization, which is the when characters become caricatures of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, they just kind of you know, like in the early seasons they're more characterizations of themselves, but then they like just expand on them, which not a lot of shows do.
Yeah, it's
which
like,
I think is interesting.
It's like reverse flanderization almost.
It is, yeah.
Where, like you start with Mr. Peanut Butter being like this very basically he's like a fucking humanoid Labrador who's just sort of like focused on his own like things and is just sort of happy to go on his own way. And then like they kind of like crack him open as a character, and you start to find out a lot more about him. That he's got like depression, like near the final seasons. He's going for a lot of other stuff. He's also kind of an adulterating piece of shit. But you know, there's a lot of like stuff within the characters that like you can like just unravel, and you kind of find like interesting studies within each character, not just BoJack, which is just a really wonderful thing. Because I think if Todd didn't get that amount of treatment, he probably wouldn't be as like popular as a character.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll also say about the season, this season in particular, I'd say is the most like it takes the most nuanced take on all of the characters. So the you know I'm gonna go into spoiler territory, but it also explores like the idea of cancel culture in the most recent season with BoJack getting basically Me Too'd and then hated by everyone, and it's so like when they paint that picture, it's genuinely terrifying.
Yeah,
and like I remember like when because you know all of the things he's done, it's like the slow build of basically the destruction of his career in the season.
Yeah.
And then it just continues.
Yeah, and like you watch him like progress in the season, trying to become a better person, and even to a point where you as an audience member kind of sympathize with what he's doing, and you're like, yeah, he's trying to improve himself as a person. And then when like all this stuff kind of like comes back into the fold, it kind of becomes almost devastating, just because all this progress that he's made is kind of like become not for nothing. I think by the end there's a bit of a clear message where it's just like he's probably going to be fine. It's just it's going to take a while to adjust to BoJack like being
life's a bitch, then you keep living.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, it definitely keeps going.
I will say just one more thing about BoJack is I think that the way in the second last episode I'll put spoilers. I'd say that's probably the best of the season.
And yeah, that's the one where like what was the episode called? Like the View from Halfway Down.
The View from Halfway Down.
I think that's actually the most emotional the show has ever got. I think it was very very bleak, and also
it was that season's Times Arrow.
Yeah, and when I went to I went to go to sleep after watching it. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. It's just like such a like, you know, matter of fact look at death. That's just really like disturbing, and I think that they did a really good job with it.
Like just I remember crying like near the end of the episode just because it got to a point where like everything got so what do you call it, intense in the philosophical sense of the episode, and I remember like fucking bawling like by the end, just because it's like a add up of like all the other characters going into this like empty void. Bojack just being like, I gotta make that call and stuff, and then to top it all off, you got like Secretariat, who's also somehow Bojack's dad, but that's a thing in the show.
Yeah.
Reading that poem, and fucking hell,
it
destroyed me.
Maybe they couldn't get it. Like, I think it's like a mix of things. I think it's his dad, but also like originally I thought maybe they couldn't get John Krasinski back to do the voice of Secretariat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then like you kind of think into like the meaning behind that, and it turned and like and obviously Bojack from the first season, you kind of find out he's idolized this guy for years.
And because his father was abusive and he doesn't really have any good memories with him, Secretariat's more of his father figure than anyone else.
Yeah.
Secretariat encouraged him a lot more than his father ever did.
Yeah. And, like, I'll say that the other, like, small thing I thought was interesting was, like, I think just, you know, from a creative perspective, is Diane's sort of, in the episodes prior, Diane's fight with creating her artistic, creating, you know, all of her trauma, making a big book about like trying to get at everyone, but not being able to write that because of antidepressants, and maybe that isn't actually healthy for her to make that. I thought that was an interesting plot point. I think I might just be rambling a little bit.
Except it gets to later in the episode where it's kind of suggested that's not actually what's happening. I think it's more that she doesn't really want to write it. She knows, exactly. Yeah. She feels obligated to write it because she went through all that stuff, and I can personalize with that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
I've went through stuff which I think is kind of traumatizing, and there are sometimes when I sit down and I wish I could just take all of that and turn it into something creative and poignant that could really move somebody, but then I just draw a blank and I got nothing, because in truth I don't think anyone wants to write about that, and that's where she gets the idea to do the more fun stuff about this person who works at a mall, because rather than bring that sadness and melancholy into the world, give them joy.
Exactly. It's taking people out of that like depressive like despair that Diane was probably going through.
I think it's also interesting because it's I think the two things that it shows is like Diane's writing about other people and about horrible things is not something she actually enjoys.
Yeah.
And she actually is happier when she writes something. And Hollywood for Bojack, all of the acting stuff actually made him worse off as a person than anything else in the entire show. I think that's why the Don't Stop Dancing returned as well, the song that played in the season before.
I noticed that Sarah Lynn sings it before she goes through the door.
That was really dark.
Oh no.
Sarah Lynn's whole like story is just depressing.
Yeah, it's really bleak.
Yeah, like you kind of laugh about it in the first like season, and when it gets to like the sort of like, yeah, this is what happens to people like Sarah Lynn, you're kind of just like, fucking that's never fun.
And it's worse off because Bojack was the one that caused that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Considering that, like you said, he's much worse off because of what the effect that Hollywood had on him. But he himself became a part of that and did the same thing to Sarah Lynn.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, like it's a very like nuanced take on like the entertainment industry, and I gotta say, I think the fact that Bojack wrapped up the way it did, I think it's probably cemented itself as probably one of the greatest television shows ever made.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, everyone knew that after Free Churro.
Oh, Free Churro.
Churro, yeah.
Fucking man.
An entire episode with 2 monologues for about 20 minutes. Just Will Arnett doing a monologue for about 15 minutes. I read a review after watching that episode, and the part to take away from it was that there is nothing on television right now that can touch Bojack Horseman.
Exactly.
And after that, I have to agree.
Yeah, like when you do episodes that like sort of break boundaries in terms of like the animation industry and sort of like make this new show where it goes from this fucking comedy to becoming almost this drama with a lot of comedic elements, you kind of create this sort of like special show that will probably often be duplicated but never imitated. Is that how the saying goes?
Something like that.
No, often imitated, never duplicated. There we go. It'll be often imitated, but never, ever duplicated.
I will say that I like the people behind BoJack are just the writers. They're just genius. I think they also wrote Tuca and Bertie, right?
I think one of the creators or one of the animators of BoJack created Tuca and Bertie, and I think some of the team involved kind of like helped out with it.
Did you guys notice the Watchmen reference?
And BoJack Horseman.
Yes, just in the most recent series.
I think was there a reference? Cause
there was.
I think I caught one, but I don't know. I haven't seen the show, like the show or the movie Watchmen, or the comic book in general.
No, the movie. It's in the the movie is a pretty faithful take of the comic book. But this part that they referenced is in the movie.
Yeah.
So it's Mr. Peanut Butter is on set at Birthday Dad.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how he's going through all this depressing stuff, and then he says to himself, I went to see my doctor, and he says there's this one thing that always cheers him up. Sad doc. But then I said, but doctor, I am sad doc.
I love that bit. That bit was really
that's
funny.
good.
I wasn't even realize that was. I didn't even realize that was a reference.
That is a Watchmen reference, or at least I think it is, because the wording is very similar. Basically, in there's one scene where I think it's just before Rorschach goes to visit Dr. Manhattan and Silk Spectre.
Yeah, he does that whole monologue where he tells like the what's the name of the clown? The joke where he talks about the clown Pagliacci.
Pagliacci, yeah. Pagliacci goes to the doctor. He says he's depressed, and the doctor says that you should go see this to the circus and see this clown. He always cheers me up, Pagliacci. He says, but doctor, I am Pagliacci. Like the wording is very similar, so I've got to think it's a reference.
Yeah, all we need now is just Jackie O'Haley to suddenly run into the frame and just be like, "Good joke," and then just walk back out, and it's like, "Yes, we got the Watchmen reference." But before we can move on to like what else we saw in movie wise, overall thoughts on BoJack's final season and the show overall.
It's definitely groundbreaking. It has made a massive impact, and I think it will not be soon forgotten.
It's a really brilliant show that it really sucks that the first season is kind of underwhelming, because I've rewatched it, and it is underwhelming. It's hard for people to get into, but if you really stick with it, I think this show could be really important to you, and I just think that if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely check it out.
The initial pitch did not sound very interesting to me. Just a guy that sits down to write a book about his experience. But then as you come to watch it, that's when you get the better.
Yeah, exactly.
For the first season, the first half felt more Family Guy-esque. It wasn't until like you get to the Herb Kazaz episode where it just sort of cracked open its foundations.
I think even then, right, the Herb Kazaz episode is good, and everyone says that's when the show gets really good. But even then, I'd say that there's some episodes after the Herb Kazaz episode that aren't that good. But it is when the show started to show signs of being a very promising show.
Yeah. But I think in terms of my personal experience of it, it's one of those shows that I feel like it's kind of like not been there for me personally, but it's been there during some pretty terrible patches, and the fact that like it's a show that expresses a lot of like fascinating and sad themes through its 6-season run, it's super resonant. And as a writer, I think it's one of the more inspiring shows I've ever seen, and I think the fact that BoJack Horseman existed for 6 seasons and it managed to end the way it ended rather than like being swiftly cancelled, it's like I say, it'll be a show that'll be often it'll be copied, but it'll never like be BoJack. Like BoJack Horseman as a show is just marvelous, and I love it so much.
I think that it's up there with shows that have genuinely like this week I've been kind of in a rough patch mentally. Not going to get too dark on the Narcoleptic Cow podcast.
Yeah, we'll have a new podcast. We'll call it the Therapy Podcast.
Yeah. But I will say the show, like, the reason why I started rewatching is it's just actually like, even though it's like really dark and just depressing, it's somewhat comforting to watch.
Yeah,
I don't know. I find it very I know these characters and I just like seeing them exist.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same. I have the same relationship almost to Breaking Bad, which doesn't really go into like anything in any of the themes that BoJack does.
Another Aaron Paul show.
Well done, Aaron Paul. You're making good choices.
Right, I'm going to open this Starbucks double shot espresso just so you know what the sound is.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Oh!
That's so satisfying.
It didn't get on anything wickily.
Yeah.
It did do a little spurt.
Yeah, sorry, audience. We may have made it come.
Hooray.
NSFW.
I'm sorry. You can cut that out if you want. Anyway,
I think we're going to like cut around here and then go into the next one.
Yeah, anyway, just to wrap up my Breaking Bad thing before we go. So yeah, I remember going through the rough patch. I watched Breaking Bad from beginning to end just because it's like comfort food for me. Like, it's like, I think Quentin Reviews had a quote where he talked about The Office, where he said, like, revisiting your favourite shows during some bad times, it's helpful because it kind of like makes it feel like you're visiting old friends again.
Yeah, it's true.
And even though the characters in Breaking Bad are kind of scumbags, a lot of them, it still feels like you're visiting old friends and you're kind of like, you know, going on this like ride with them, and just kind of the same with Bojack, I guess. Just
I'd say that like a lot of shows kind of and games actually have done that for me. You know, like when I was in high school, when I was like really struggling with anxiety, I would play Animal Crossing so I could fall asleep at night.
like, did you
and
ever...
it's kind of like visiting old friends because you're talking to these people in a virtual world and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and you're farming with these people, and it's like you built your own community.
Well, you're not farming in Animal Crossing. Aww. You don't really do anything in Animal Crossing.
Whatever works.
Wait, so you just exist?
Yeah, you just kind of exist. It's kind of like life, isn't it?
Oh, that's so deep, man.
That's Nintendo for you.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Anyway,
alright, so...
you know, what movies have you been watching this week?
I saw Uncut Gems.
Oh yeah, that's a great film.
Great shout.
Great shout.
So I was the guys that listened to the last podcast. Sean suggested this to me at the end of that one, and then throughout the week I heard good things from it from my other friend, who described it as basically a claustrophobic 2-hour-long car crash.
Definitely.
In a good way.
I'll say about Uncut Gems, I saw it on a date, and it's definitely not a movie that you should see on a date. It's very interesting.
What are you talking about? Uncut Gems is the perfect date movie.
And I'll say that the movie is really good. I think that Adam Sandler is a really good actor. I don't really have that big a take on it. I think it has a similar message to Fargo. You know, it's kind of like, money corrupts people. That's the message of the thing.
It's the first time I've ever seen Adam Sandler in a dramatic role.
Yeah,
so it's impressive to see his range, and I think that will bring a lot more attention to his more diverse talent.
Wait, are you saying that Grown Ups 2 is not a dramatic role? I mean,
I gotta say, I always thought Little Nicky was kind of a subversive masterpiece, but hey, I've been told I was wrong.
Yeah, sorry, Sean, you're cancelled for that.
Oh well, alright, see ya.
Alright, bye.
Homicide, release the evil.
But in terms of, like I told Neil last time, Uncut Gems is like the only film so far this year where I came out of the first screening and walked right back into the other screening. Filmhouse at the time were showing it like in cinemas 30 days before it came out on Netflix, and I'm pretty sure we were at the same screening. Like in the second one I went to.
We were at the same screening, yeah.
I wanted to say hello, but you're on a date and I didn't want to like interrupt you. I was just like, I'll sit back and let her and the date watch this.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was definitely like one of those experiences where the film is just, it's like a roller coaster ride of just so many emotions. It's funny, but there's also a lot of like emotional depth to it, bizarrely, for a movie that's about a scumbag jeweler who gets himself into so much like shit.
Yeah.
And it's just such a fucking incredible ride, and I think like the fact that we've all managed to see it, it's like pretty amazing. We can like appreciate this like one little movie.
I mean, it probably would have taken me longer, but because I'd heard from several people that I know that it's pretty good, I figured I better watch it before we do another podcast, because you'll want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's like the perfect film that anyone, that literally, this is just my view, and I think literally anybody can get into it. No matter like if you hate Adam Sandler, if you love Adam Sandler, if you hate his comedies, if you love his comedies, if you love his dramatic works, or you don't really care for his dramatic works, this one, everyone can probably get involved and enjoy it. It's like one of those very bizarrely accessible films, despite feeling really niche. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And the fact that we have it on Netflix here in the UK just means we can just throw it around to everyone and be like, okay, watch that. That's your weekend settled. You know? And it's just, again, I love it. I don't even know what else to say about it, and just I love it. And I think, like what you says, I love its themes of, like, you know, what money and does to people. Like, where you'll have people that get overzealous and hope they'll win this big score. Or you'll get, like, these characters like Arno and his guys who get themselves in some deep shit.
Here's the thing, though. From what I observed, like, I watched a little bit of it last night on Netflix, and then I finished it this morning, so this is pretty fresh for me. But, like, both times that Howard puts down for a bet, he wins, which is pretty extraordinary considering the stakes that were surrounding that. And every time that he is met with misfortune in the film, it's directly because of how people react to him. Is that a thing that makes any sort of difference, do you think?
Huh. I mean, that's actually quite a good question. I don't really know what I was supposed to.
I was just watching. I was watching him go through that. There were the people, like the mobsters, who were in that little intersection between his door and his shop.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there waiting to kick his ass because he's made this bet with all their money, and you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. You think this is going to be the moment that he fails, but then extraordinarily, the bet that he was looking for comes up just like it did before. And for that all to kind of work out, that was just incredible to watch. And the only time he ever meets the misfortune is right after that. Spoiler territory, if you haven't seen it. He gets shot, which I wasn't expecting, but damn. It's more like he's kind of like a lucky charm that everyone avoids.
Like, I remember, like, gasping when that happened, just because Howard is a horrible character, kind of a scumbag. He's the sort of person you probably wouldn't want to meet in real life.
Yeah.
Or meet, depending on how you feel about him as a person, but it's one of those, like, things where, like, when he won, I remember, like, being kind of over the moon for him, is because he gets put through so many, like, shit in this film, and, like, when he wins, it's like, fuck. He did it. Howard managed to, like, win this one. This is great. And then you get one of Arno's heavies to shoot him. And I remember, like, in the cinema, the first screening I was in, a very small, compacted screening. I remember audibly gasping along those of the audience. I'm pretty sure the same happened when I went to the other screening, but this time I kind of came prepared. I was kind of like, oh man, this is going to be great. I can't hear everyone react. And when it happened, it's just such a fucking shocking effect, just because, you know, you watch this guy get put through such a ringer. And he wins, and you think, oh man, this is great. He's going to, like, get his money, everything's going to go back to normal, everyone's going to be happy. And then one of the heavies just flat out shoots him. And I love, like, the ability when, like, if you go back and watch that scene where you just see him sitting there, there's a couple of moments you kind of feel like he's already kind of made up his mind on what he's going to do with Howard. Because they themselves have been put through a ringer because of Howard. And he's just like, you get this moment, like, either before he gets let out, or when he's just sitting there, he's like, yeah, fuck that guy. I'm done with his bullshit. Yeah. And to answer your question about, like, you know, what was it you brought up? It was a sort of like, you know...
How everything's kind of a reaction to him, and that's the situation.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could just because, like, the guy kind of puts himself in these, like, horrible scenarios, and because he's such this, like, bombastic personality that kind of, like, does what he wants to do over, like, everything else, from his family to his, like, friends to Arno and his goons. It kind of shows, like, the guy is a bit of an adrenaline junkie in that regard. Like, obviously he's a gambling addict. And obviously there's a thrill to that, so it could just be like he's always looking for that one thrill and that one, like, win to prove everyone wrong. Like, it's a weird masculine thing, I guess, where, like, he just sort of, like, wants to prove everybody, like, wrong and be on top for once, because as you see throughout the whole film, he just gets put through so many ringers. And when you get to the ending where, like, he actually managed to win this big one, rather than, like, Arno and the other guys just cancelling the bet flat out like last time, it becomes a lot more tragic because he won. And then one of the goons is just like, all right, fuck you, bam. And then just, that's it. He's done for.
Yeah. It's like other people, they can see that he can generate that kind of money. And if he had went to collect that bet, he would have had the money that he owed everyone and then some.
Yeah. Like, Arno could have bought new shoes. The other guys could have bought new cars or something. But, you know, this...
I mean, it was a risk, but it paid off.
Yeah. And KG had the Opal and everything. So, you know, it was all good.
Yeah.
I'm just in love with character studies. I think when actors get free rein to just kind of go wild with them, like, I think, like, it just comes from really good direction. I think the direction in the film is just brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say on it. I think it's just a very good film. It didn't emotionally resonate with me, but not all films have to.
Yeah, I remember, like, we were talking about it, and I was kind of, like, excited to hear what you thought, and you were like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's my take on Uncut Gems. Like, I wrote my my Letterboxd review, and I remember just struggling to find, like, because I just remember just leaving it going, well, that was good.
Yeah, you're like, no one's wrong. It's pretty good.
But I couldn't, like, I found it hard to express why I loved it. Which was
yeah. I mean,
you know,
yeah.
whatever.
I think for me, the work kind of, like, shows for itself why I love it. And I think the Safdies, now that they have, like, this bigger film, it's kind of gone a lot more mainstream than, like, a lot of people had expected. Thanks to Sandler and all the other stuff. It won, like, I think they won Best Director at the Independent Film Awards on Saturday. And Sandler won Best Actor, so that's pretty good.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I think the Safdies pretty much now have rockets strapped to their backs. They're gonna go places. They're gonna make more films and hopefully create more intricate fascinating and rampant character studies like Uncut Gems. And just, like I said, I fucking love the film. It's like probably one of my favorites of the year so far. It came out in the UK 2020, so technically it's like 2020 film. But love it. It's one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pardon me.
So
how many times are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna be on Justin Roiland and just sort of call it my process.
Did anyone?
I'm a good voice actor, guys. Believe me.
Did you anyone watch any more films?
Yeah.
This week?
Yeah. Well, I saw a couple. I want to mention. I'm gonna keep one for the Oscar talk just because it's really relevant to that.
Uh-huh.
You probably know what it is. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more.
Alright.
Okay. And then one I'll mention off the cuff because I'm gonna be doing a radio show tomorrow. You can cut this how you want, just to explain. I saw Birds of Prey.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw Birds of Prey.
The TV series?
No, the film. The big film.
The big film.
The big film with Margot Robbie.
It's kind of like it's the Harley Quinn film.
Harley Quinn film with Margot Robbie co-starring everyone else.
Yeah,
I thought they were doing a TV series. I didn't know it was a movie.
It's a movie. Yeah.
It's out. I'm surprised that you that there's a lot of stuff that happens and you kind of just sort of come out of the rock like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm about to blow your mind in a couple of minutes. Just finish up what you're going on.
Is it? I'm gonna just save up the build-up. Is because you're gonna be like, guess what? Fuck, I don't care.
So yeah, no. Tell us about the film.
Birds of Prey.
I'm thinking of seeing it as well.
So Birds of Prey, it's been getting a lot of hype on film Twitter. Like a lot of people love it.
Film Twitter loves this film.
Yeah,
genuinely.
Yeah, film Twitter has gone insane.
Incel boys, they don't love this film.
Yeah, incel boys, fuck them.
No.
Anyway, so
all I've heard is that it's 100 times better than Suicide Squad.
Oh, fucking yeah! But let's get that straight. Let's get it off the cuff. In fact, I'm sorry for the. Yes, that is completely true. It's more better than Suicide Squad.
No one heard that. This isn't ASMR.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a lot better than Suicide Squad. I think for the most part, I wouldn't go as far as giving it 5 stars and calling it the best thing ever, nor better than Joker, because it's like comparing apples and oranges. They're both different films. Anyway, so with Birds of Prey, I thought it was a lot of fun. Margot Robbie makes Harley Quinn her own. I love the sort of side characters. Black Canary was pretty rad. Huntress was pretty rad.
Yeah.
Rosie Perez as Renee Montoya was pretty rad. It's just nice to see Rosie Perez and other stuff where she's not being a stereotype.
Hang on, how many characters were in there? So I've got Black Canary, Harley Quinn, Huntress. You said Renee Montoya?
Yeah.
That is the comic book alter ego of The Question, second incarnation. Was there anyone else?
Cassandra Cain.
Cassandra Cain, she is Batwoman.
Oh, yeah, so they had Cassandra Cain there, and she was pretty cool. And Ewan McGregor, holy shit, Ewan McGregor was a fucking riot.
Who is he playing?
Black Mask.
Ah.
He plays this sort of giant man-baby version of Black Mask, and I gotta say, as somebody who doesn't particularly care for him as a character, I don't know if there are any Black Mask stands out there.
Oh no.
But
you're gonna piss off Black Mask stand.
Yeah. But fuck, I loved this depiction of Black Mask purely because they kind of show him being this big fucking crybaby who just wants validation from everyone around him.
Yeah.
It's like what would happen if Howard won the bet, didn't get shot, and became a fucking drug lord.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really any one take on Black Mask. There's been loads of different people that do Roman Sionis and characterization. And there's nothing particularly special about him. He's just a gangster with a black mask.
Yeah, they kind of make him this sort of big wacky kind of crybaby gangster, and I just love the interpretation. Plus, Ewan McGregor again was a fucking hoot.
Ewan McGregor is great in whatever he does.
Yeah, I honestly don't know it was because of Fargo season 3, but I kind of feel like most people kind of forgot he can actually act, which I think is quite crazy. After Fargo season 3, everyone was just suddenly like, oh yeah, Ewan McGregor, he's a good actor. And then we have him in all these great movies like Dr. Sleep and Birds of Prey, and he was great. Also, for a first time feature superhero film, Kathy Yan as a director did a fucking excellent job. There was a lot of really good action sequences that I remember talking to my brother Callum about, where it turned out the John Wick coordinator helped out with the action sequences in this film.
Cool.
Nice.
You could definitely tell. It definitely feels like that these were people fucking throwing themselves at each other around in dumb CGI fight.
So, if you were to pitch it to me, the film, right? You were trying to get me to go see the film. How would you describe that to me?
Oof. A very fun, action-packed take on sisterhood.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds very interesting.
I did it. I saw the movie.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm excited. I like a good breakup girl gang movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's a breakup girl gang film, and I think while I think it's slightly a bit over, like, reactionary in terms of calling it a masterpiece, I understand why, because better than Suicide Squad, and a lot of people were like, where the fuck did that come from? But me personally, I had a shit ton of fun with it.
Getting the coronavirus is better than Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Wow, that took a turn.
But yeah, Birds of Prey is amazing. I don't think I'd watch it again. Like, maybe. Don't get me wrong. If someone invited me out to go see it again, I'd probably throw in my Harley Quinn.
So Sean,
I'd probably throw in my Harley Quinn what dungarees and just be like, yeah, let's go see it.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn dungarees. Yeah, the gold ones. Got branded from DC.
Yeah. I'm sponsored by DC.
Does she wear dungarees?
Yeah, like these golden ones are really cool looking.
I gotta say, from what I've seen of the film, I'm just really loving the outfits that Harley Quinn's wearing. I think they're just very interesting, very like the weird tinsel jacket. Yeah. I love that.
Oh, they're a lot better than the fucking skimpy shit that she wore in Suicide Squad.
Well, it's because it's more of a sort of it's directed by a female director and stuff. It's coming from less of a place of skeeviness.
Yeah, less of a place of yeah, we gotta make it look good for the boys.
Has David Ayer done anything good?
Fury, End of Watch. That's kind of the only two I recommend. I would say Bright, but Bright is like having having a colonoscopy is a lot more fun. Is a lot more of a fun ride than fucking watching Bright.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Bright. It's just nothing special.
I didn't mind that colon exam.
It was fun. It was alright. It was.
Yeah, that's a colonoscopy. Yeah, no, that's not what a colon exam is.
Yeah. Anyway, so. Okay, so Birds of Prey is a lot of fun. Although what kind of brought it down for me was actually not the film itself, but like fucking. I went to like Sunny World here, and there was a fucking weird thing what happened where we had a couple of jock boy people on the right side of the cinema, fucking giggling a lot, talking a lot, just being a general nuisance. I'm pretty sure they had their phones on and shone it in my face a couple of times. Not that they were super close. If they were super close, I probably would have fucking drop kicked one of them or thrown them across the screen. It's kind of
just that isn't that annoying, right? It's always people who are just starting high school and trying to act cool around their friends.
Well, I don't think they would start in high school. I think they were kind of the same age as me or younger.
Well, if they're the same age as us, I mean, that's just depressing.
Yeah, I was kind of tempted to go and get a staff member but I was kind of invested into the film, and I think next time this happens, I'm gonna go march into City Roll and be like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah, that's so strange.
Anyway, so. Besides that, Birds of Prey is a lot of fun. I wouldn't call it the best thing ever, but it's definitely for what it is, it's very fun. I had a great time of it, and I recommend it. It's a good time out.
I haven't seen any films this week, but I have seen something that I think I could kind of class as a film, so I'll bring that up quickly.
Go.
I saw this new video by Philosophy Tube on data. Philosophy Tube, a really good YouTube creator,
also a very handsome boy.
Very handsome boy. But it was a video that was in the style of a short film. It's kind of got a lot of super hot influences about it was just about data and how our data is completely being taken by big companies, so we could be tracked and we're living in a surveillance state. Isn't that fun?
Oh, do you know of the giant surveillance network that China has?
Yeah. It's worse here.
Do you want to know what it's called?
What?
Skynet.
I don't know if it's actually worse here. That might be a bad take.
Don't tell me James Cameron is predicting the future, because there's one thing I don't want. It's James Cameron predicting things being correct.
You just don't like James Cameron.
Fucking, I don't like James Cameron.
I will say that my take that we have more surveillance here than China was completely unfounded and nonsense. I changed my take immediately.
Yeah, the police let a guy test that by just letting him go. He could run into the middle of China any direction he wanted. They gave him no direction at all. Found him in about 4 minutes.
Jesus, that's terrifying.
It's really crazy. Yeah, surveillance is really worrying. So yeah, but I just recommend that. Neil, what have you seen this week?
Okay, so you guys are familiar with David Lynch.
Yes,
hell yes.
I'm familiar with David Lynch.
Yeah. Okay, have you heard of a short 17-minute film called What Did Jack Do?
Watched it.
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, it's on Netflix, right?
What in the ever-loving crap is it?
It's a David Lynch joint. I have nothing else to comment on.
I've not seen a lot of David Lynch stuff. I've seen like maybe one episode of Twin Peaks, and that's it. And I don't know what to take away from this.
Basically, a murder happens, and there's a monkey who's a plastic bag specialist, and David Lynch is a detective. I don't even know what the fuck it's about. And a talking
capuchin monkey, he's just sitting there in a train station talking to this thing for about 15 minutes, and then it breaks out in a song before chasing a chicken.
Yeah, it's
sounds very David Lynch.
Yeah, is it though? Because I feel like it was just around. I feel like David Lynch got high at a circus.
No, here's the thing. David Lynch doesn't get high. All David Lynch has to do is meditate, and he's like, damn, I found my next idea. We gotta make this into a movie.
That's exactly what it sounds like. And we don't even know who it was that did the voiceover. I'm assuming it was Lynch as well, because it's just...
I think it's clearly David Lynch the voiceover. Clearly David Lynch.
That's brilliant.
So it's just like talking to himself for about 15 minutes.
I like the idea that he was like, well, I'm a big name director. I can get anything on Netflix. Fuck it.
I think that's what the process was. And Netflix being Netflix were just like, sure, here's your budget. Yeah. Make her short.
I don't think he even needed that. He just said that he was working on it in like 2017, and then he released it outright at an art museum in France. And just like, what is this?
I mean, to be fair, he also had like Twin Peaks to return to focus on, so I wouldn't blame him for being like, all right, we'll show this at some point later on, and then like showing it afterward, because holy fuck, there's a lot in Twin Peaks to return that guy need his attention.
I hope that this means that he's returning to make another season of Twin Peaks.
Or at the very least, Netflix kind of give him a movie opportunity, because
something like that.
Yeah, because because he might be pissed off at the idea of people watching it on their phones, but you know.
I've been watching. I gotta say, this whole debate that David Lynch started about is when you watch stuff on your phones, do you not like intake it as well as if you're watching it on a big TV? I think that's interesting and whatever, but I watched all of Bojack on my phone and with headphones on, and I found it still as immersive, say if I was watching on the television.
I'm still gonna go for the TV big screen experiences, just because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to like call people idiots for enjoying that sort of thing, because again, not that guy. If you want to watch on your phone, watch it on your phone. You just get more of a better experience if it's like on a bigger screen or a bigger TV, just because there's a lot more there you might not notice, or just because, I don't know, you get a better picture quality. I'm not so sure. I'm not a big expert in it.
I already pay for Netflix, and this way I get to sit in bed.
Exactly.
I guess so. But yeah, the Lynch short, I can help you out with it. Despite being a big Lynch fanboy, I can help you out with what the short actually means.
I mean, I just don't know. The old-timey grain, I'm assuming he's going for some kind of... There was one review I saw on IMDb that said it was like a parody short of a detective period piece, but I don't know what exactly it's trying to parody, and also just I don't know what to say about it. The plot makes no sense. I don't see it trying to say anything. The cinematography is just boring. And like, is that a thing of his? Like the characters stop speaking, there's a small pause afterwards, and then it cuts to the next take. Is that something he does a lot?
Yeah, but in terms of cinematography, in his defense, there's actually a lot of great shots that he does. Like not in the short film, but in other like stuff where it's kind of incredible.
Very good film. I'd say that David Lynch is my favorite filmmaker because instead of just kind of like going with what would be the most competent looking shot, he goes with what would be the most resonant.
Yeah.
So you'll be thinking about it later. Mm-hmm. I think that's interesting.
Yeah. So I can't help you with the meanings of like what Jack did, but it's all I can tell you is that I have no idea what it means, and I love it for that reason.
Yeah.
It just boggles me. I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for better David Lynch stuff, I recommend you check out like Blue Velvet, Elephant Man, Twin Peaks, definitely Twin Peaks. Maybe Mulholland Drive, but that's quite a fucking big territory to step into. I'd also recommend like what's it called? The Laura Dern film that I think I gave you, because
Lost Highway.
Not on Lost Highway. She wasn't in Lost Highway. Lost Highway is very, very good. It was like his final film before he just went into like self-imposed exile.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, whatever it's called, we'll find the name and probably put it on the screen. But whatever it's called, it's great. Fear is long, and I don't know what the fuck it's trying to say, but either way, it's great. So Neil, 5 out of 5. What Jack did.
Let me move on this debate on what Jack did to ask if you've been playing any video games this week.
I mean, yeah. February came out, so Season 4 of Apex Legends is going.
Oh, cool.
Like what Respawn's been doing lately. They've been like a pretty reliable company, and they're not one to be crushed under the hill that is Electronic Arts.
Oh, God. Yeah. I actually have also been playing a lot of Battle Royale. Been playing Fortnite, which is disappointing to everyone out there. But I think Fortnite is a game that in general isn't very good, but it's fun when you play it with people. Because the it from a gameplay perspective, like the main way you earn things is via the store. So it's a store first and then a game second, which I'm never like a big fan of. But no, I've been having a fun time playing that with friends. I've also been playing Lego Harry Potter, which is 1 to 4, and it's pretty good. I might do a video on it.
Lego games are always a nice distraction every now and then.
Yeah, they're good. They're fun.
I haven't been playing anything.
You haven't been playing anything?
That's not really your thing. It's more of your brother's thing.
Yeah, my brother like took the more gaming aspects. I did play games, like kind of still play games at some point. I just haven't completed anything or played anything at the moment, just because I've been kind of busy with stuff. But I do have
I will say I've also been playing a game called LSD Dream Emulator, which is a PS1 game.
Oh yeah.
And I've been emulating it on my laptop, and it's a very trippy, very surreal. It's actually very ahead of its time game that reminds me a lot of sort of those walking about indie games that are very popular.
Yeah, but instead of like these very detailed fields, you just get this really weird, like gonzo bonkers.
Yeah, it's just
art.
absolutely insane. It's actually like it's brilliant, and I think it's really creative. But you get to a point, I think like you can play for about an hour, and then you're just like, yeah, no, I get what this is, and I think I need to like move on and play something with just a bit more depth. But it is very, very. It's an art game. It's an art piece. And it's very, very amazing, and I think I might make a video on my personal channel about it soon, but I don't know.
The PS Plus releases for this month is a game that I've owned for a little while and just been meaning to get around to. BioShock, the collection.
Oh, BioShock.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
BioShock 1 and 2, and also BioShock Infinite. Apparently, one of the first games to express video gaming as an art form.
Yeah, I would say that video gaming as an art form I think it's like always been being done, and I think that everything this is my take on art in general. I think everything is art. I think Crash Bandicoot is art. I think because they're all they're pieces. I mean, like, it's interesting. Yeah. But I will say that yeah, I must get around to the BioShock games at some point, because I watched Matt Ledger, Corrupt by Design, play it on stream and when he was doing the 24-hour, and it made me want to play it. I'm going to play through the first one to the last one, maybe.
Yeah, to add my 2 cents in the art thing, like I think video games have kind of always been art, just nobody at the time wanted to admit it, because like they kind of always saw it as a big dumb game system for kids. And now they're getting to a point where like you have a lot of like people like taking risks with like video games, and even like trying to like make these great stories in the industry. Now we're getting to a point where like we're just accepting it as art, which I think is very strange for the reasons being that it's always kind of been art. Yeah. Nobody just wanted to admit it, which I think is very strange.
I think it is very strange, yeah. I don't know.
But speaking of art and whatnot,
Speaking of art,
I think... You think? This is a terrible segue, but either way, Academy Awards! I spent fucking hours of my life watching this one last night.
I only know the best picture I only know the best picture winner, so all of my reactions to you telling me these are going to be completely genuine and real.
I looked it up at some time, and like...
You're gonna... Sorry, Neil, I didn't mean to cut you off, but there's one you're going to fucking love. I can't wait to tell you
what it is. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I looked up, like, what the results were about just after midnight, but I haven't seen anything since this morning.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing last night. I set up, like, the Sky stuff and watched it, and... Yeah, I'm kind of like hyped up right now on coffee right now, so that's why you can hear me being all excited about it.
Have you pulled an all-nighter, and this is just you running into the next day?
I mean, I
had 4 hours of sleep.
I woke up at about 7. He'd send the message that he was now going to bed. That was about 3 hours before. So you were up until like 4 in the morning.
Yep.
You basically did a Kanye West.
Yeah. Scoop to poop.
yeah.
Anyway, so I wrote down some notes on like what on some of the big ones.
Okay, cool.
Let's start with the bottom tier of multiple winners.
Okay.
So I want to tell you the first one because me and Emily are big fans of this winner right now.
Is it gonna be like? Can I predict who it's gonna be? Is it gonna be Joaquin Phoenix?
Well, actually, no. It's for a different category.
What category is it?
Best Supporting Actress.
Oh, is it Laura Dern?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Laura Dern won the Oscar Best Supporting Actress. I almost leapt out of my fucking sofa when that happened.
That's great. I love Laura Dern. I'm so happy that happened.
For context?
She won Best Supporting Actress for Marriage Story. And Laura Dern is like one of those actresses that got nominated for like 3 or 4 Oscars, like beforehand or during the time, and now she has won her first Oscar, and Laura Dern is fucking incredible. She's amazing.
Yeah. Is she good in Marriage Story as well?
Oh fuck yeah, she's great in Marriage Story. She deserves the Oscar not only because she's Laura Dern, duh, but Laura Dern's performance in the Marriage Story is just fantastic. It's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Jojo Rabbit won for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Yep, that's fair. I think that's. It's a complicated one to go from paper to actual film. That film, because I imagine it's quite. Well, it's quite a strange idea when you just say it to someone.
Yeah, I almost wanted to do a whole running around the room, do it like a football team scored a goal, but it was late at night, so I more just jumped up holding my voice in, being like, so
Yeah.
So now we can all officially call Taika Waititi an Oscar winner, and I think that's just wonderful. Big surprise one was that Toy Story 4 won Best Animated Feature.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sort of more indie projects out there. I know Toy Story 4 in a feat of animation, because it's like a big it's made by a big studio, so everything is absolutely incredible looking.
Yeah.
Toy Story as a franchise is kind of the story of how 3D animation has evolved.
Yeah, it's quite interesting how the first the 2 and 3 won Oscars, and then this one's won Oscars. It's like Neil said, it's almost like an evolution of
Yeah, because the first one that ever came out, that was very early stage of 3D animation,
and that won an Oscar just basically for existing.
It maintains, even though I don't really care about it, a 100% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and then you have but I think what's kind of a shame about it, winning, is that Missing Link and Klaus just got fucking robbed.
Missing Link, that studio was close to getting shut down and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Plus, I heard about this one. It's it's a 2D movie, but they've drawn it in such a way that it looks 3D.
Yeah, it's great. You both should watch it.
Yeah.
And then really probably go on Twitter and be like, "What the fuck happened, Academy?"
Is that Klaus?
Yeah, Klaus.
Yeah, no, Klaus is the one that everyone is talking about on Twitter this morning that lost the nomination. I didn't realize it was to Toy Story 4 though.
Yeah, Toy Story 4 won, which I think truly solidifies Best Animated Feature, also being known as the Give It to Pixar Award.
Well, it's also I just don't think they care about Best Animated Feature, which is just kind of it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
because I feel like Best Animated Feature, a lot of really great films get nominated, but they don't really. I'm actually not convinced that they've even watched them.
You can definitely tell they haven't watched them. Genuinely, I'm pretty sure that when you have Boss Baby and Ferdinand nominated, he clearly just didn't watch it.
They're just these are popular movies, I don't know. Well, we know who we're giving it to. We're giving it to Pixar because they had the most amount of money to spend on the budget.
Yeah.
And they want to be able to put Oscar winner on their DVD or something.
And then
so it's just kind of at this point, it's an award that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and then until you get stuff like Spider-Verse coming along, and everyone's just like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, well, Spider-Verse was a very different time, because Spider-Verse was, everyone was talking about Spider-Verse.
Again, I need to see it. I've heard so many good things about this.
Yeah, I think it's fair this year to say that there was a lot of really, really good films that came out, animated features, but I don't think there was any that had the same sort of buzz that Spider-Verse did.
To be honest, I think I like a lot of as I've grown up live action stuff, but I think animation is possibly my favorite medium to watch things
as well.
Yeah. So yeah, for those who are listening who are big animation fiends, comment below and tell us what you think should have won, because that'd be quite an interesting topic.
Yeah, true.
Anywho,
that's if anyone watches this.
Heyo.
Exactly.
So let's go for the multiple nut winners, shall we?
Yeah.
We have let's see, 3 films that have won 2 Oscars each, 2 apiece.
Okay.
Let's start off with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which won for Best Production Design, which I gotta be honest, didn't see coming. I was quite shocked.
This is a very good production design. I think that's completely fair. I think that's actually probably the thing I'd give the most amount of props to that film.
Yeah.
It's just how amazing the production is. Like, it manages to make you feel like you're in a time that, like, you know, you aren't in. It's very, very nostalgic, even if you weren't alive. It's very crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Give it to Tarantino!
Yeah, sorry, he didn't win anything. Big QT didn't win any Oscars.
I don't think Quentin Tarantino needs to win any more Oscars.
He's got 2. He's fine.
He's fine. Yeah,
yeah he's fine.
He's fine. I also don't think that Once Upon a Time. I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was going to win Best Picture because it's like.
Yeah.
It's a great film and everything, but it's also kind of Oscar bait. And I mean, like, I personally have some complicated feelings on the film. I think that it has some major. You know, I didn't like it as much as other critics, but...
compared to his other films, it does look like it's had, like, the Hollywood glow-up.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But the other one that they won for, which I think is probably going to be... I don't know if it's going to be problematic, because I think it's probably one of those like things that's going to be agreed upon. He was the best part of the film. Brad Pitt won Best Supporting Actor for his performance.
I saw that, and I think it should have gone to Leo.
For Leo?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Leo DiCaprio was a much better actor in that.
Really? I thought Brad Pitt did a fucking phenomenal job.
I think for Brad, like, personally, I think the Brad Pitt, in Brad Pitt. I think that Brad Pitt. No, I think that Brad Pitt just kind of, his performance was a little bit better than Leo's, because Leo's was, I think, by design a little bit hammy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think that's fair.
Yeah, like Brad Pitt, like gave probably one of the best performances of his career with that performance.
I don't like that it's split up into Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. I don't think that's fair.
That's a debate. That's good. That kind of goes down a bit of a not a rabbit hole per se, just a sort of like fuck.
Yeah, it's just very strange.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
So yeah, Brad Pitt. I'm fucking happy about that. I'm pretty sure I had a big celebration about it because fucking Brad Pitt finally wins an Oscar, not for producing, for acting. Anyway, Ford v Ferrari won 2 for sound editing and editing in general. Which
was it any good?
What's Ford v Ferrari?
Yeah.
I called it kind of an Oscar bait by all pick, but I had a good time of it. I'm pretty sure he couldn't have predicted at that point it was going to win. It was going to win for editing probably, or be nominated for editing.
Yeah. And
it won for 2 editing formats. So
that's
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
1917. Actually, no. I skipped Joker. Fuck. Fucking Dum Bane. I skipped Joker.
Yeah.
1-2, I believe.
Yeah. And Emily predicted the first one. It won Best Actor for Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. That was bound to happen.
Yeah.
His performance is very good.
Yeah. He also gave a really good speech. Like afterward, it's such a powerful speech. I won't create it verbatim. Like I'm pretty sure it'll be up on YouTube. Like by the end of the day. So watch it whenever you can.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Like it's a beautiful speech. Joaquin is using his platform to like promote Hollywood injustices and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just fucking good on him. I think Joaquin Phoenix's performance was great, and like Taika Waititi, we can now finally call him Oscar-winning actor Joaquin Phoenix.
I like that as well. Like a lot of like not very good publications are calling the movie like, oh, it's an incel movie, and he's just up there going, no, it's not. Here's the main actor going, no, fuck you. You know.
For context, what is an incel movie?
An incel is someone who believes online that they're involuntarily celibate, and they create this really sexist community of hating women.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were saying because the film it was just bad takes online.
Yeah, basically Joker is incels are basically the sort of people who fucking haven't been boned yet, and just kind of want to be boned.
No, I know. I'd say that that it's in what I mean by that it's like they were saying that it's a very right wing film because it's like filled with, but like I don't like there's no way of seeing that for me. I'd say it's actually very left wing. I guess it's one of those movies that you can really read your ideals into it depending wherever you sit politically.
Yeah, it's kind of a middle of the road film in terms of the political. Like,
I wouldn't say it's middle of the road. I definitely say that like it's got a radical message, but I think that anyone can read whatever they want into it.
Yeah. So yeah, well deserved.
That's great.
Yeah, well deserved. It won score, which I kind of predicted from the offset when it got nominated. I was like, yeah, that's gonna fucking win everything, and it won for it won best score, which I think. Sure, it's great. Not that I think it was that score. I think it's a great score. But
I don't really remember it.
Yeah, I don't even how to describe it, but basically it's the sort of score you wouldn't expect something like Joker to have in its like film.
Yeah.
And it feels more something in tune with something like Lord of the Rings or something, but the way they use it is quite interesting. And I gotta say, I'm kind of happy that the person who did the score won, and especially for somebody who just kind of came in relatively new into scoring films.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joker got 2 for that. 1917 got 3. And
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, cinematography, sound mixing, and visual effects, which makes sense.
That's fair. I mean, the cinematography is really impressive.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much any World War film is going to be a nomination.
Yep, I remember talking to Cam about it, and I think he had the most interesting like angle from the whole thing. Like we watched it like a couple of weeks apart. I watched it when it came out, and I was like, "Oh man, this is actually really good." Didn't fall head over heels for it like most people did. I think it's great, but I wouldn't go as far as calling it a masterpiece. Callum's take on it was quite interesting, actually. He liked to see, and when it came out, he said he liked it, and then like as the weeks went on, and people kept talking about it and being like, "Oh, it's a one-take Revolutionary War film," blah blah blah, yada yada yada. He was just sort of like, "Dude, what the fuck? There's nothing. It's nothing. It's literally a war film, a basic war film that's like done in war take," and it's like a very interesting, like
I haven't seen the film. I heard that it's very interesting from a cinema perspective, but from like a sort of writing perspective, it's not very interesting. Yeah. So I mean, like I'm not really a big fan of war films in general. Not because like I have any like moral outrage about them. I just don't really enjoy them very much. I don't really enjoy action movies that much anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's the awards it won. I think it's mostly fair.
Yeah, but, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining with those ones at all. Like I think it's justified.
I think this Oscars is like a lot like the last Oscars. I'll say I was like, wrong choice. Nope, just wrong choice. Yeah. Bad. No.
One good choice. Maybe a second good choice. But then overall, it just sort of like it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but so I'm happy 1917 managed to win its awards, and although and I gotta say, I think it's interesting how you have a film like Jojo Rabbit that has a lot more to say about war than just 1917, where it's just like, oh yeah, guys, war bad, but here's the thing, it's done in one take, no cuts.
It's war bad, but it's like the anti-Donna song, "War Isn't Cool." Where it's like it's really like
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like war isn't cool. War isn't cool. Shooting someone in the face isn't cool. No, and it's like it's really like that. Yeah.
That's what 1917 is. It's the film version of War Isn't Cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so let's move on to like the big boy. So, you know what won Best Picture?
Yeah, I know what won Best Picture.
Did you know what won Best Picture?
I mean, you've been talking about it all morning.
Yes. Fucking Parasite won.
Yeah, that's a really big surprise. That was the last thing I thought would win.
Oh my god, like, holy fuck. I remember seeing it on Friday. I had to, like, see it way before. I think I was invited to go see it today, but we kind of conflicted with the times of the podcast, and I was like,
okay,
fuck it, gotta see it before, like, it comes out.
We should watch it today.
Yeah,
we should after this podcast. We're arranging plans live on air. We should go see Parasite, and then for the next podcast we can all have our takes on it.
Yeah, I don't have my card though. Like the one that gets people in for free.
Oh, I can pay for it. I just got paid.
Yes. Anyway, so what the fuck? This is Parasite. Fucking Parasite.
Sorry for getting you off topic.
So.
Those audio waves are like.
Anyway, so yeah, sorry, Neil.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you heard look at Neil's face. It's like fuck.
Nah, it's funny.
Anyway, so good. the first one it won was original screenplay, which makes fucking sense because it's very original. Mm-hmm. It's one of those like films where like it kind of takes you all over the place in the best way possible. And also, Bong Joon-ho won an Oscar, and that just makes me fucking happy.
Yeah, no, I'm very pleased with that one. It's also like a very anti-capitalist film, so it's like, why is this winning now? You know?
Yeah, and then it went on to win like international film, not foreign film anymore, international film, which is a classy move. Mm-hmm. And I think Bong Joon-ho was quoted in saying afterward, he was like, "Man, I can't wait to drink, like, during the speech.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking, this guy is wholesome. You're going to protect him at all costs.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think what I will say is, like, even though I hate the Oscars, blah, 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 it is really nice seeing him up there just, like, looking so happy about his award. Like, a lot of the time, like, I'm very cynical about the Oscars. I'm like, it's so bad. And it is. I don't think that we should have award shows like that. I think that it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that it has some issues with... having female directed films and stuff, whatever. But I just think it is very nice to see, like, I think this is what the Oscars should be in a way. It should be to promote people who maybe like their film isn't like a big Hollywood film. I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
I believe that awards of any kind should be trophies that are handed out to people who deserve it, rather than those who spend the most money to get them.
Oh, no, that's exactly what I mean, yeah.
Listen, the one pro I have over the Academy Awards go over the Golden Globes, you don't have anyone bidding to win the fucking trophy. It's just... Oscars are more like, yeah, we'll watch it, then we'll vote for you. But for the Golden Globes, it's more like, give us the highest bid and we'll give you this fucking award. So
I just think that...
What you got? Rolex, nominated.
All of the award shows are dog shit. But at the same time... they're really fucking entertaining.
Yeah, then you get... So, speaking of entertaining and surprising, Best Director. Holy fuck.
Best Director. Tommy Wiseau for the room.
So we had our big bald nominees, all male. Sorry, Greta Gerwig. Sorry, Greta.
Sorry, Greta.
I was honestly expecting Sam Mendes to win because he won all the other Best Directing awards. And if not him, probably Tarantino. Because he's never won a directing Oscar. And then the most fucking out of nowhere one happened. Bong Joon-ho won Best Director.
Yeah.
Like, I think I kind of messaged a group chat that we're in with our college mates.
Just so everyone knows, if you can hear chewing, it's because Neil is eating Maltesers. You're not going insane.
I brought them for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not going to turn down food that I bought.
And that is completely fair.
Yeah.
I just thought I should give context to everyone listening that you're not going insane. There is chewing.
Yeah. So Bong Joon-ho won Best Director. I had a photo that I took like right after it happened and just fucking...
You looked ecstatic.
Dude, I was over the moon. Bong Joon-ho won Best Director, and fucking Sam Mendes, like, I not that I bet money that Sam Mendes is going to win. I kind of figured he had it in the bag, and then fucking Bong Joon-ho wins, and I think that's it's revolutionary in a way because one, he's an amazing director. It's about time that everyone now knows his name. Two, it's just huge. It's fucking huge in terms of surprises. Like I thought Toy Story 4 was honestly going to be the only surprise that we got, and no. Bong Joon-ho won, and it just made me happy, and it got me more excited for what's to come along. Then we had the Best Actor stuff, like Joaquin Phoenix won, Renee Zellweger won, no biggie, and then we get to Best Picture, where I thought I had it pegged that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or 1917 was going to win because
1917 was going to be so underwhelming. Like people, I feel like actually, this might be interesting for a take, but. I feel like the reason why Parasite won was so people will pay attention. Because I think if 1917 won, everyone would be like, "Yep, sounds about right. Who gives a shit?" Because he won, everyone's like, "Whoa!" On Twitter, everyone's talking about it. It's just like it's a big story.
Yeah, I told Neil in the podcast last week. I believe so. You doing okay, man?
Yeah, man.
All right. I remember telling you about it on the last podcast, or telling most people that I think if 1917 won, it would have been like a safe choice for them. It's a period drama about war, saying war is bad. It's obviously going to win the Oscar for Best Picture. And Parasite winning, I didn't have the same reaction with the Best Director. I'm pretty sure I had this sort of oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, this is amazing. Like Parasite winning and being the first ever foreign film to win an Academy Award for Best Picture, I think is the most, and I want to express how much this is amazing. I think it's the most revolutionary thing to ever happen in Academy in fucking years.
I would say that at least compared to last year, I feel like there's at least some happy moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess didn't last year the whole thing happened with the favorite lady. What's her name?
Green Book won, and Olivia Colman won Best Actress.
I think that was nice last year when Olivia Colman won Best Actress, but you know, no one was like talking on Twitter favorably about Green Book.
No one was.
No, everyone was just like,
yeah.
I like Olivia Colman.
I love Olivia Colman. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have no problem with Olivia Colman, but I thought that was
Hot Fuzz, Broadchurch.
Yeah, like her winning was like, honest to God, the best part of that show.
I am sad that she didn't win for Hot Fuzz.
It was. it's weird actually, because like she. I was watching Broadchurch back when I was in high school, and the school librarian has like a striking resemblance to Olivia Colman. And one of the teachers, I think it was my history teacher, actually walked in and said, "Hey, Ms. McCabe, I think I saw you on the TV last night."
Yeah,
just like, I get that. I understand what you're going for.
You just sat in the back of the class like, "Hey," or the library, you're like, "Hey."
No, I was in the library. I was working on my book at that time.
Can I ask you a question? Because you know me, I'm a Billie Eilish stan. You know me. Neil got me the album for Christmas. Thank you so much for that. The
little birdie told me that you might want it.
Sean.
What? Who said that?
And I want to know because I had to we do a radio course. I was finishing off all of the like research we had to do for stories.
Yeah.
One of the stories I put in the music section was that she's going to be performing at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Now, what did she do?
Oof. I was kind of thinking it was going to be like, honestly, I thought it was going to be more of a live reveal of the Bond theme song.
Yeah, so did I, because that's what all the articles had been talking about as well.
Yeah, but no, I went for something a bit more interesting, a bit more somber, but at the same time tasteful. She performed. Yeah, you know what is it?
Give us the scoop.
I'm giving you the scoop right here, right now. So
he's already bringing the scoop.
I'm already
bringing
the scoop.
Don't need to ask him for the scoop.
Don't ask him for the scoop. I'm bringing you the scoop.
He's got the scoop.
I got the scoop.
Sean, he's always got the scoop.
Sean's got the scoop.
You can't handle the scoop.
Fucking scoops. Anyway,
Sean, I've just got one question. Could you please scoop that out for me? Oh, you got the scoop.
Oh no, you dropped the scoop.
Okay, the bet's going on.
So anyway, so
what's the scoop?
So the scoop on Billie Eilish being at the Oscars, the big scoop was that she performed at the in memoriam part of the show.
Oh my god, that was the sad scoop.
That was
Billie Eilish's sad scoop.
Yeah, so
what song did she perform?
I don't remember what it was. I couldn't really tell you what it was.
Well, I'm actually gonna guess. Was it Everything I Wanted or whatever it's called?
That or a cover? I can't remember verbatim.
Yeah, it probably is a cover. It actually sounds like she's very talented.
She did a great job. That's the one thing I'll definitely say about it. She did a fucking excellent job. So Billie Eilish, if you're somehow listening to this, or any of the Billie Eilish stans that are listening to it, your girl did good.
Yeah, no, she's cool. I don't appreciate some of her takes on hip hop, but that was a whole thing this week.
Yeah.
But I will say I really really like Billie. I think that she's a very promising artist.
Yeah, promising, dude. I'm pretty sure she's fucking reached the.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. I'm just saying that like I'm excited whenever she's gonna release whatever she's gonna release next. I'm excited about the Bond theme as well.
Yeah, she's on top of the mountain, and at this point she can do two things: either throw a rope down and help people get up there, or throw boulders down and be like, "Get the fuck off of my mountain."
I think she's gonna throw a rope down because whenever I've seen her in interviews, she doesn't seem like out of control or anything like Miley Cyrus. I think she's gonna be one of these young stars who this might be a callback that turns out to be very false, but I think she's gonna be one of those young stars that actually stays like being, okay.
Yeah, I mean, so far they're doing a better job in the industry to sort of keep people like Billie Eilish all right. So
yeah, all right.
She's gonna do okay. I'm sorry, that was awful. Anyway,
so
Parasite. That winning Best Picture, as I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that winning Best Picture, like I say, is probably the most revolutionary thing to happen in the ages, and I think the fact that it won in such a surprising fashion, where everybody in the room going fucking bonkers. Personally, it makes me proud to be a film lover.
Yeah.
Because shit like that is one of the reasons why I think movies are beautiful. Because it speaks to fucking all cultures. And the fact that Parasite, this little film from South Korea, winning the Palme d'Or at Cannes, to suddenly fucking go and to win the Academy Awards and winning Best Picture and Director along with the other nominations that it got, I think it's extraordinary.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And I think since The Shape of Water, it's probably the best winner of a Best Picture Oscar in quite a while. And the fact that it's definitely gonna help it stand out as being one of the great films of our generation, and the fact that it won in such a fucking packed year and such a packed category of films. it's going to help it stand out for years to come. And I think the fact, not to get emotional here, but just the fact that like it fucking won is just wonderful. And I think
that's brilliant.
Yeah, and I think the fact that everybody, and I mean everybody, is overwhelmingly over the moon about it, I think is just great. And as somebody who saw the film and just kind of considers it to be kind of a perfect film, it's just, what else can I say about it? Like, it won Best Picture.
I bet Ben Shapiro is annoyed about it.
Oh, he will.
I remember when Ben Shapiro got annoyed about The Shape of Water.
I don't remember you getting along with The Shape of Water.
I forget who that is.
He's a right-wing Lego man.
He's a right-wing Lego man. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
From context, that's kind of strange.
Yeah, we've confused Neil, but pretty much he's a bad dude.
He's a Lego man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's going to be all like, Parasite winning is a bad choice because they all speak foreign. They don't speak English. What the fuck is up with that?
I can't believe David Lynch would say something like that.
No!
So is that going to be the meme of like what's his name? That guy that's always on the roasts, Jeff Ross or something like that. Just like, why would the Beatles do this?
Oh, Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Talking of Eric Andre, actually, like I forgot to mention this in the TV show segment. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit off topic, but
That's all right.
me and Matt have been watching the actual episodes of the show, and it's a nightmare. Like in context, the show is actually like a nightmare to watch. Like there's one episode, I think it's like episode 10 of season 2, where the entire episode is just like the episode itself is broken, and I love it.
Yeah, like I'm glad you got mad into it now.
Have you seen the broken episode of the show where everything's like he's like it's the beginning bit where he's destroying the set, but it's the entire episode, and it keeps on cutting back to like really inconsequential cutaways.
So yeah, I think I did watch that one.
It's a nightmare.
You should watch it, Neil. It's on all 4. It's a great show.
What show?
Eric Andre.
The Eric Andre show.
Don't expect anything like great. It's basically this like talk show comedy that's fucking surreal and kind of like destroys the very foundation of a chat show.
It inspired the first few episodes of the Wake Up Call, I would say.
Yeah, like it was kind of our inspiration for the Wake Up Call, which we still have yet to do.
Yeah. Where is that?
Where is the Wake Up Call? Where's the script, Sean?
In the recesses, back in the recess of my noggin.
Sean is hitting his head right now.
Anyway,
for all the audio listeners, which is everyone.
Yeah, so if you heard that, was just me going erratic because life.
It was actually just him slapping me in the face. I'm
so sorry.
I can't believe you do that, Sean.
I blink my eyes once and go into a psychotic rage.
You
just
were
what
like,
the fuck?
You gotta hear about Parasite.
In this day and age, you can get arrested for that.
In this day and age, you can get arrested for battering someone. I mean, what times are we living in?
Yeah,
you know what?
I got an advantage though.
Just so you feel less guilty, I will perform an equally, if not even worse, that I shall glance at someone.
No!
No!
I'm being glanced at.
Although I gotta be honest though, I'm okay to do that. Wanna know why? Because white privilege.
Oh, Sean. And that's where we end the segment.
Okay.
Very close to smacking a bitch up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry, everyone. So yeah, Parasite winning Best Picture is great. I'm fucking over the moon about it.
So to sum up, Sean.
Yes.
So we don't go on for literal years.
Yes.
Would you say this was a good Oscars?
Overall, yeah, surprisingly. I'm shocked by how well it turned out because there was obviously a lot of negativity going into it with a lot of the director stuff, which is still bullshit because where the fuck is Greta Gerwig?
Yeah.
The fact that Little Women only won one Oscar, which is for costume design. So there is definitely like a couple of negative takeaways to have from it, but I think overall, in terms of like its impact and probably the cultural significance that's probably going to have into the next decade, I think we're probably going to see more I'm crossing my fingers here, and I hope the Academy actually listens. We're probably going to get more interesting nominees for the next decade.
I say, I think that the Academy does it like this. They have 1 year where they're like, oh, great. You're like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, great. Shape of Water won, yeah. And then they're like, Green Book.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a weird moment where they were kind of consistent. Like they had 12 Years a Slave win. They had Birdman win.
Bird Up.
Yeah, which I thought were fucking brilliant choices. Then Spotlight won. Cool. I mean, I like Spotlight, but I wouldn't give it Best Picture.
Quite a dark film, isn't it?
Yeah, not fun.
Not fun. Not a first date movie.
Yeah, not Uncut Gems qualifies, but not Spotlight.
Not Spotlight. Right, great.
You're gonna cry. Anyway, so then you have Shape of Water winning, which is just Mwah, brilliant.
Mwah.
Mwah, yummy, yummy. And
yummy, yummy. As Sean's catchphrase in the show is, yummy, yummy, get it printed on shirts. Sean
Yummy,
loves
yummy.
to say yummy, yummy.
Hashtag yummy, yummy.
There are too many negative implications there.
I just love the idea that Sean is, well, it's kind of like the new Justin Bieber song.
Ooh.
You give me that yummy, 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 yummy. That's literally the lyric.
Yeah, I'll promote that like every time I go on Twitter. Just be like, hey, catchphrase of the day. Yummy,
Instead of
yummy.
saying like, this movie slaps, you just say, this movie was yummy, yummy.
Although you've heard my takes of some movies, I flat out call some films or any form of media delicious. Like genuinely.
This movie is delicious.
Like I remember walking. Like
this movie is delicious.
Like I remember I think I remember there was a point where I walked out of like maybe The Irishman and said, "Oh man, the movie, fucking delicious."
Oh, God, delicious.
fucking Robert De Niro.
Oh, it's
delicious.
Like a parmesan on my spaghetti.
Oh, you can taste it. That Italian cuisine.
Sorry, I just by mistake kicked you.
You remind me of Charles Boyle
From
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I get that a lot, and it makes me really sad. I kind of wish
delicious.
I kind of wish I was Terry, but I'm a Boyle.
I have absolutely no clue who I am. I think I'm transgender Todd from
Bojack Horseman.
From Bojack Horseman.
I mean, in terms of like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I see you're more of a Gina.
I'm a
I was
Gina.
going to say Gina.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, no, you're a Gina.
You are
a Gina.
definitely the Gina.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, and Neil.
100% Jake.
You're Jake.
Okay, cool. I was gonna go.
Fight
For
me.
Brooklyn
I was gonna go.
Nine-Nine
I was gonna go.
characters.
I was gonna go mean and be like, "No, you're fucking Hitchcock."
No, you're not Hitchcock. Don't
You're
worry.
not the first person to tell me that, but fuck you.
You know, here's a little secret.
that's
Everyone's a little bit Hitchcock.
We're all somewhere on the Hitchcock
Although,
spectrum.
Yeah,
although I gotta say, I gotta be honest. I wouldn't go as far as calling you Jake. I think you're more of a Holt,
I'd say you're Jake.
like a combination of Holt. And
I don't
Jake.
think he's very. I don't. Right. Well, I know we're psychoanalyzing you live on the show, but I don't think you're Holt.
That's not a problem.
That's not a problem.
Don't hide, Neil. Neil,
No,
don't hide.
no,
Neil, no,
Neil,
Neil,
no.
Neil, no.
And that's where the podcast ends.
He went to the hood dimension. We gotta get Neil back.
Someone get a picture of this. We need this for the Twitter.
Sure.
We need it for the Twitter, everyone.
Twitter. Don't make you can cut this out. We're gonna.
We need it for the Twitter.
Yeah. Neil's gone. He's fucking hidden into the hood dimension. This is awful. God damn it. We gotta get Neil back, guys. Or Emily, the one person in the room.
So I think to wrap up,
Fuck.
I will give you a little story.
Little story.
So the other day, I was just sitting with and this is a debate. I'm gonna ask you a question at the end of it. You're gonna be tested at the end of the story.
No pressure.
No pressure. So no pressure. But my friend Struan from high school came over to my flat and we were just hanging out and I was like, let's order pizza. So we ordered Papa John's. I know you have some issues with Papa John's.
Yeah, I can't handle the
It
racism.
makes you just the racism causes massive diarrhea.
Not massive diarrhea, more just stomach problems followed by a long period sitting on the toilet.
A long period of no diarrhea.
Well, more just like when is it going to
Yeah.
come out? And then it just sort of like hurts.
My take is that
Basically-
Papa John's is the best. I think it's better than Domino's. I think I know Papa John's the man is a bit of a yikes guy, but I gotta say Papa John's pizza, they've mastered pizza.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
they're good pizzas. I just can't handle the racism.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, you're just so woke that whenever you eat it, you're just like, ugh.
Like, remember that time in college where like they had free Papa John's? I had like one slice and was just like, well, fuck, this is my life now.
Yeah, well, but basically, we ordered pizza and it comes with a garlic dipping sauce. My favorite thing about takeaway pizza is the garlic dipping sauce. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But have you ever thought this? To pour the garlic dipping sauce on top of the pizza, then eat it. And Struan did this, and he poured it on top, and he went, "You're not supposed to do this." And he looked at me knowingly, and I was like, "Wow." And then we both tried it, and I gotta say, I will never go back. I'm going to do this every single time I have a pizza. It is absolutely incredible. But the debate question is that illegal, and should I be put to jail?
I love the fact that your friend Struan actively looked at you and just went, hey.
He looked at me like this, "You're not supposed to do this."
It's like him actively pulling out a fucking bag of shrooms and going, hey, you're not supposed to do this.
No, we just ate some mushrooms. I mean, I think there was mushrooms on the pizza. Like, not magic mushrooms, but just mushrooms. But yeah, no, so my question is, garlic sauce on top of pizza? Yes or no?
Let's go with Neil first. What do you go? The cogs are turning. We'll go, Neil. What do you think?
Uncharted Waters.
Ooh.
Never tried it. Not sure I ever would have, had you not mentioned it.
Well,
could probably take it or leave it.
Yeah, I might give it a shot actually. Next time I order a Domino's, I might probably give it a shot.
well, we may need to make it hashtag content for Narcoleptic Cow now.
Yeah, like
Is that sponsor content I hear?
Please
Sponsor
sponsor us,
content.
Papa John's.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to.
We did call your CEO a racist, but please.
Yeah, no, that's just me. I just can't. I'm sorry, Papa John's. I just can't handle your racism.
Yeah, it's just sad actually.
I know. Fuck it. I'm so woke. I can't handle the racism. I'm like the best. Fuck. I'm like everyone.
I'm like the best person.
I'm just so fucking woke. I can't even handle Papa John's.
But if you were just
this was a thing that I said we should do in a movie once, which no one would ever allow. But in order to swap out for product placement, we would just have one section right at the beginning of the film before anything starts playing. It's me sitting on a stool. I pick a bunch of cards with the products on them. I just flip through them and then say, "Okay, now here's the movie."
Yeah.
That's great. Well, it would be a good way to make our money. Just be like, oh, hold on, done. Okay, let's do it. Let's do the thing.
You know, when it comes to product placement, I agree with David Lynch. It is complete bullshit.
Yeah, total fucking bullshit.
Total fucking bullshit.
Yeah, have you seen the interview, Neil?
Oh god, it's
amazing.
It's a nightmare.
Someone asked him like product placement thoughts, and he was just like, total fucking bullshit.
But then they're like, "You've made adverts," and he says, "Well, I made them to make money." And I was like, "Well, at least he's honest."
You can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, I'm not so familiar with film David Lynch. I'm more familiar with music David Lynch.
Oh yeah.
That being Roger Waters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's basically the David Lynch of music.
Roger Waters.
The guy who he's the main front man, one of the front men of Pink Floyd.
He was the bass player.
Oh right, yeah.
Floyd.
Oh no, I love Pink Floyd.
Front man was like Sid Barrett for like a period, but then Roger Waters was like the driving force behind that.
Yeah, I think Sid went mad or something, and then Roger's just like, I can take over.
After seeing many uncomfortable interviews, it's not a subject that people particularly like talking about.
Oh.
Although one interesting thing is, did you know that they were called the Megadeths before they were Pink Floyd?
Sounds like a metal band.
They went through a number of names, but that's the one
I think
the Megadeths.
I think you told me the story multiple times. Or like they sort of went to a club. Someone asked them what the name was, and they looked around and just sort of like thought of names and meshed them together and went, "We're called Pink Floyd."
Well, the story behind it is that they used to record in a tea room because that's where they like played their gigs, and so they called themselves the Tea Set. That made sense. That's a pretty cool thing. But then they got to a gig that they were playing and found out that someone else was already using that name. And so Sid Barrett, he, in the spur of the moment, thought of two blues musicians that he listens to, Pink Anderson and Floyd. I don't remember his last name, but like he took those two names and put them together. The Pink Floyd sound.
Yeah.
Which then just got abbreviated to Pink Floyd.
Yeah. I thought Pink Floyd was like another name for marijuana.
It probably is.
Yeah, could be.
There is a marijuana strand out there called Purple Haze.
Well, yeah. There's also one called Lemon Haze.
Yeah. Do you think we should have more like marijuana like named after like Pink Floyd songs?
I think there's probably enough numbers of marijuana named after Pink Floyd songs.
Because I gotta be honest, if they ever have one called "Shine On You Crazy Diamond," that'd be quite a fucking trip.
For legal reasons, we have to say that marijuana is not a drug that any of the Narcoleptic Cow members would ever partake in.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah. So, do you think we should end the podcast here?
I mean, sure.
This is our life now.
No, or we could continue. I mean, like, I don't know.
We can't become a Joe Rogan show.
Oh, no!
Oh, wait a minute.
Here comes happening. Alex Jones!
It's happening! It's happening!
Run for your lives!